dialing into Yankee Stadium on this Monday evening where it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles in the final game of a four-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball. Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. You've been hearing on the Yes Network the last couple of hours. We're honoring the life and tremendous career of John Sterling. We'll do more of that as the game moves on. But you know, David, he'd probably be angry at us. He'd say there's a game going on, so talk about that. So we're going to do that for John, and we'll take a look at the pitching matchup in this one. The Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. Shane Baz will go for the Orioles. You see his numbers. Cam Schlittler for the Yankees, 4-1, 1.51. Everything about him so far this year has been tremendous, David.
Yeah, and John Sterling loved Cam Schlittler for one reason, because he throws strikes and he's very aggressive. There's no messing around with Cam Schlittler. He's coming right after you with a three-headed monster. And that fastball does different things every time. It'll move one way, it'll cut in, it'll sink away, and it'll ride up. Cam Schlittler utterly dominant so far.
All right, since his major league debut in July of last year, first in ERA, fourth in opponent's average against, second in opponent's slugging, and fourth in strikeout percentage. Pretty amazing stuff for a kid who wasn't even that highly touted. That's how good he's been. Now, a guy who was highly touted, Jason Dominguez, but he started the season in the minors. He's been called up, and yesterday he had a breakout game.
Well, he did, and a lot of talk about his ability to bat right-handed as a switch hitter. He struggled last year, was really good left-handed, but he's come back up and really shown that he's solved some problems. Right-handed, a double. Left-handed, we know he can hit left-handed. That was a big home run. He made his mark on the game, and then for good measure, comes up again right-handed with another double. So a big three-hit game for Jason Dominguez and a mark on that game.
All right, so against left-handed pitching, 2 extra base hits yesterday, first time in his career, and 3 hits in the last 4 at-bats. So solving one of the problems the Yankees had about him, that he did struggle from the right-hand side. Not yesterday. Well, the Yankees made a very tough decision today. Anthony Volpe is going to stay down in the minors. Jose Caballero will be the shortstop. Aaron Boone talks about it with Meredith Marakovitz next, right here on Yes.
Baseball on Yes for the series finale between the Yankees and the Orioles. Yankees looking to make 4 in a row. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. After yesterday's game, the Yankees decided to option Anthony Volpe to AAA. Jose Caballero remains the starting shortstop. Earlier, Aaron Boone spoke about that decision.
We want him to have the best chance to be successful, and we have to acknowledge, first how well Jose's played. He's been just a key factor in us getting off to a really great start this year on both sides of the ball, on the base pass. So it's really as simple as that. It doesn't change how we feel about Anthony or the kind of player we think he is and will be. But in this moment of time, we felt like this was absolutely the right thing to do.
Boone went on to say he did speak with Volpe last night and probably not pleased with the decision, but he did handle it like a pro. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Cam Schlittler gets the ball. First pitch coming your way next, right here on Yes.
Now I'm going to introduce to you my newest partner on Yankee Baseball on WABC Radio, Michael Kay. Now, you know the name Michael Kay because Michael Kay has been one of the outstanding sports reporters for both the New York Post and Daily News and has covered the Yankees over the last 5 years. He's also done contributions to MSG Television, and where Yankee Magazine is being shown right now.
I slowly worked my way. I had always wanted to get into this side of the medium, so I never really shut myself off from it. And I'm thrilled. I don't think it's going to be a problem, to tell you the truth. I just love the idea of doing the games with you and doing MSG again, so I'm ecstatic.
Wow, 28 years ago, David, 28 years ago, 38 years ago, what am I talking about, 38 years. I'll tell you what, I miss him dearly, and I think he loved you. He really did.
No, he was one of a kind, and I'm a better person for having known him, actually getting to know him as a broadcaster, up here. As a player, you kind of know him, but certainly on this side of the fence up here, you get to know him better. It was remarkable.
Now, he loved baseball, he loved the Yankees, and now we'll turn our attention to the field where Cam Schlittler is taking his warm-ups as the Yankees try to sweep this 4-game set. Let's take a look at the Orioles lineup. Gunnar Henderson will lead off. Adley Rutschman will catch. Dylan Beavers bats third and plays right. Cleaning up first baseman Pete Alonso. Samuel Basayo, the DH, will bat fifth. Then at sixth, playing center field, Leody Taveras. Then it's Cowser, Jackson, and Alexander rounding out the 9.
And the man of the hour, Cam Schlittler, towing the slab here in the Bronx on a Monday night, and those numbers just jump off the page. I mean, pick one out. They're all off the charts. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan pitcher scouting report. And historic career start. I mean, there's so many numbers you can parse and go through, but he's made 21 starts. 19 of them have been 3 earned runs or less. And that's the most in franchise history. The nuanced power fastball. It's a 3-headed monster. One rises or rides, one cuts, one sinks. We've talked a lot about it, and it's really good. An occasional curveball, under 10%. Really, about 9% of the time, he'll mix in a curveball.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense behind him. Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge in the outfield. Infield, McMahon, Caballero, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. That's third to first. Austin Wells behind the plate. Jason Dominguez coming up a big game. He'll be the DH with Cam Schlittler on the mound. Defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Orioles coming at 15-19, and the Yankees 23-11. The JS on the back of the Yankee cap to honor the memory of John Sterling, who passed away today at the age of 87. Henderson's ready. Schlittler's ready. Waiting for the sign from Wells. Now he's going to give him the sign himself. And let's do it here in the Bronx. And there's a strike. And we are underway. 100 miles an hour to start it off. Orioles have lost 4 straight and 6 of 8. Yankees won 8 straight against the Orioles. Home plate umpire is Mike Estabrook. And he's had 30 calls challenged, 19 overturned, fewer high strikes, more low strikes, 21st Major League season. Considered neutral. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. See the rest of the crew. Ground ball. Nice hop there for Chisholm. 1 down. Here's Adley Rutschman. Got a rough 3 games here in the Bronx. 0 for 12. He had come in red hot. And that got the foot of Estabrook.
It's 101 miles an hour off your kneecap.
Not the foot. Kneecap thigh. That could not feel too good. That was a strike, 1-1. The base hit. And while that base hit was going through the infield, the bleacher creatures were honoring John Sterling with a John Sterling chant. So Rutschman with his first base hit of this series. That'll bring up Dylan Beavers. And it looks like Wells is having some problems with the pitch com. just amazes me that this has not worked out before the game. We've seen it with all teams.
Everybody forgets the password every now and then. I have password issues.
So what's your password? The perfect game date?
Yeah. It never gets accepted because it's too easy to guess.
Seems like they finally have it worked out. Well, now we've got it straightened out. So Rushman leads off first, held there by Goldschmidt. Ben Rice said he's still not able to, with the soreness in his hand, get off his A swing. So they're going to take it day to day. The X-rays, every test they've done has shown no damage. It's just a bruise. It has to heal. Two. Injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of New York Yankees. Exited yesterday's game in the fourth, left hand contusion, out of the lineup today. As we mentioned, still some hand soreness, and it was on a throw. He thought it was going to be in the dirt, and it didn't go to the dirt. It came right to him and hit him really flush on the hand, and it bruised it. It was on a pickoff from Fried. Swing and a miss, blew it right by him. 101. Beavers down on strikes.
Boy, he's thrown 9 pitches, 8 of them for strikes. I mean, there's no messing around. He comes right after you. Opposing hitters know it, and they still are having trouble catching up.
There's Pete Alonso. All 4 games have been greeted with boos from the stadium crowd. One and one. Alonso 4 for 10 in the first 3 games. Orioles looking for him to get going, find his stroke. He started slowly, beginning of a 5-year contract. One and two.
Got to look at a rare Schlittler slider right there at 90 miles an hour. Yeah, he's got one of those too.
How about this, David? Schlittler's 5 fastest pitches of the season have been in this inning. 100.3 and higher. 1-2. Right field. On the run is Judge, and he makes the play. Well, Cam Schlittler throwing hard in that top of the first inning. The Orioles scoreless. Now take a look at the Yankees starting lineup against Shane Baz. It'll be Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger at the top. Jason Dominguez coming off that big game yesterday. The DH will clean up. Jazz Chisholm bats 5th. Paul Goldschmidt bats 6th. Bottom third of the order, Wells, McMahon, and Caballero.
And Shane Baz on the mound to be his 7th start of the year. A little bit of a mixed bag. 11 and 29 walks to strikeouts. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report for Shane Baz. And he's always had a big fastball, averages around 97 miles an hour velo-wise. A really improving cutter. Opposing hitters just hitting 143 off of that pitch in particular this year. And left-handed batter issues. Left-handed batters are batting 361 off of him so far this year.
He gets tested right away with Grisham. Grisham 3 for 12 in the first 3 games. 1-0. One. Boss, 26 years old, 4th big league season. Orioles got him from the Rays for 4 minor leaguers in December, and then at the start of the season, signed a 5-year, $68 million extension that goes through 2030 and then buys out 2 free agent years. Orioles wanted to lock him up. That one is ripped into right center field. It is a base hit. Cut off on the warning track by Taveras, and Grisham will stop at second with a leadoff double. Let's check out the Orioles defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And we take a close look at Dylan Beavers in right. CarShield defensive player profile about Beavers. He has not played well out there. -4 defensive runs saved this season. That's tied for 4th worst among Major League Baseball outfielders. Here's Judge, 4 for 10 in the series. Very strange set position, David. He's kind of facing center field. He's not squared up to third base.
Trying to hide the grip from the runner at second base. That's about as extreme as it gets. I don't think I've quite seen a pitcher go to that extreme to hide his grips.
And it's so extreme that Judge could see that he's wearing number 34. I mean, once he goes to set, his back is facing home plate. Does well against Boz, 4 for 10 with 2 home runs. Tied him up. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Malachi Moore. One and 2. Fouled away. And the 1-2 just missed. Pretty good pitch. 2-2.
A little surprised.
Yeah.
That he didn't need to challenge it.
And another 3-2 count. Bellinger on deck. While with Tampa Bay, Boz had a 6.75 ERA against the Yankees. Orioles trying to salvage one, the final game of this 4-game set. Yankees have already won the series. The other way and foul. And the pitch. High drive, right center field, going back to Veras. It is high, it is far, it is gone. Aaron Judge, a Judgian blast. Here comes the Judge. Here's Bellinger. And a strike. 91st first inning home run. Creeping up on Mickey Mantle. His 6th this year. That one is ripped to right field. Beavers reaches up to make the play.
Well, you nailed it, Michael. On a hanging slider, Judge nails it. And John Sterling would have come out of his seat, just like you did. One more look on the super shot. 110 miles an hour off the bat in slow motion.
It's his 53rd lifetime home run against the Orioles. Into the seats.
See the spike grip and the spinner.
Grounded foul. Last August, Boz gave up a career-high 5 home runs to the Yankees. Judge, Bellinger, and Stanton went back to back to back. Then Caballero and Chisholm also homered. Yankees had a franchise-tying 9 that day.
And Michael Benrice said in the clubhouse yesterday, it's pretty clear Aaron Judge is never going to let me have that lead. He hit a home run after Ben did yesterday, and now another one tonight for Judge.
Popped up. Who's going to get it? Alexander makes the call on the catch. 2 down. Here's Jazz Chisholm. 3 for 9 in the series. The home run by Judge is 382nd career home run, and that ties 3 others for 71st all-time. Jim Rice, Ryan Howard, and Frank Howard. So Judge and Hondo the most ever at 6'7" or taller. Two and one. Two and two. You could see Jazz was thinking about challenging that one.
You might have been right
Might
there.
have been right. And that's a pitch clock violation on the pitcher, so now it's full at 3-2. That's not great with the pitch challenges so far. Still 3-2. Remember, he fined himself $1,000 in Houston because he challenged the ball that was right down the middle. 3-2. Another foul ball.
Jazz has been swinging the bat a lot better. Hitting the ball hard. A little frustrated because he hasn't gotten a lot to show for it, but he's getting quality at-bats.
High fly ball coming on Beavers toward the line, and he makes the play for the final out. But the Yankees take the lead, and they do it in style. The captain goes yard a long way. It was, in fact, high and far and gone. 2-0 Yanks. Bingo for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Jazz Chisholm, plus 470. Austin Wells, plus 600. Basayo. Check swing, fouled away. One and one. Right back to Schlittler. Got some English on it. One away. Here's Leody Taveras. The thing about Schlittler, he throws hard, but he throws strikes. So his strike percentage is 70.7%, which is the highest of any pitcher who's thrown over 20 innings. And this is not a this and that guy throwing 101 miles an hour today.
It's the subtle nuances of his pitches. You know, there it's 96 miles an hour right there, and that's a cutter. So that's what keeps the hitters off balance. It's not just straight fastballs or four-seamers. A little bit of sink, a little bit of cut.
It's interesting, David, that he has the savvy at a very young age. Usually it takes years to do that. You might see a 29, 30-year-old guy do that, but you know, he came into the league with that kind of head.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. And to have the kind of command of those three different variations on his fastball is really exceptional.
Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour. All right, let's take a look at these stats brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. 1.75 ERA and a 30% strikeout percentage in the first 7 starts of the season. Messina, Cole, Nestor Cortez, and Cam Schlittler. His starts have been appointment viewing. And a pitch to Cowser.
He's obviously a high aptitude pitcher because he's taken what they've taught him and really gone to a different level, especially with that cut fastball. It's much improved this year compared to last. It's easy to go into the pitching laboratory and say, tweak your grip here and do this, and you should throw it like this and try to throw this pitch. Yeah, that's easy to get coached like that. It's much harder to execute it the way he is right now.
Just reaching back and throwing it right by the Orioles, who are not that bad of a fastball hitting team.
You know what the funny part is? You see what the ball in his hand? He's got a changeup grip. He never throws a changeup, just in case. Can you imagine if he breaks that one out?
Might become unfair. Two and two. Missed inside. And the count is full on Cowser. And the big right-hander rocks and deals. Foul back to the screen. Just missed inside.
Just the 7th walk on the season for Cam Schlittler.
Jeremiah Jackson. And he goes. Couldn't hold up. Shattered bat. Charging McMahon. Fires, got him. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. Go to the bottom of the second.
Welcome back as the Yankees lead the Orioles 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. I told you right before first pitch that the Yankees optioned Anthony Volpe to AAA. Aaron Judge said he actually called Volpe after that news came out. They spoke on the phone for about 30 to 40 minutes. He added that Volpe is never going to be more motivated than he is right now to get back here and contribute in a big way. And Judge went on to say that he believes that Volpe is going to play a very big role in this team, whether it's as the shortstop or as a utility player. Now, Michael, I asked Aaron Boone today, would they consider moving Volpe around the infield at all? And originally, they said he is solely going to play shortstop, but today it seemed like maybe there was a little consideration. He had said that he's going to start playing shortstop, but they're going to have some conversations in the coming days. As we know, George Lombard Jr. was promoted, so while Volpe is at short, he's going to float around the infield playing some second and some third base as well, but something to keep an eye on for sure, Michael.
A very gutsy call by the Yankees. There's been a sense of urgency all year, and the fact that Judge spoke with him for 30 minutes, he is really, really well liked. So this is what Volpe did last season and what Caballero is doing this season. Everybody in that room likes Volpe. The way he carries himself, his respect, but everybody also likes the job that Caballero is doing. So whatever decision you were going to make was going to send a message to the other players in that clubhouse. And I think the Yankees sent the message, you play the best you're going to play.
Yeah, meritocracy.
Yeah.
What a novel idea, right? But also, the right re-entry point for Anthony Volpe is going to be key. But if he were to come up right now in the middle of the team playing so well, it would have been a difficult pressure situation for him. It wasn't the ideal re-entry point.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes.
Now the look, the backup cutter right there, up and in. Got him underneath. Wasn't that the name of the bar in Basic Instinct? Johnny Boz?
Really?
Remember Johnny Boz's
remember
place
that.
at Basic Instinct? Yeah.
That's not what I remembered about Basic Instinct.
Johnny Boz, the bar scene. I think it was based on Boz Skaggs.
Okay. That one is crushed to right center field. On the run is Beavers. He's there on the track and makes the play. Round number 2.
So we basically knocked the guy before, and then his defensive run saved it.
Right.
He's made 3 great plays out there.
Here's Ryan McMahon. Got a good series. He's 4 for 8. Has the average at 200 now, so it's been a slow climb, but he is swinging the bat much better. Wave through that one, 0-2.
Well located, and you get a sword when you throw a breaking ball like that down and in. Off the table.
Swing and a miss. And McMahon down on strikes. Yankees go down in order. We go to the third. It's 2-0 Yankees. Made for your brain. 16 Emmys, 5 World Series. And those are the teams that this announcer actually did play-by-play for. Can you name that Yankee? And it's an 87. Here's Blaze Alexander against Cam Schlittler. Oh and 1. Schlittler has walked 2. Check that. Struck out 2 and walked 1. Alexander 3 for 11 in this series. Two and 1. And a strike, 2-2. Now you'll hear in the background throughout the game, Ed Alstrom, the stadium organist, is only playing Broadway show tunes in honor of John.
That's fantastic. And he would love that.
Ooh, that hit Schlittler. Caballero fields to hold on to it. Let's see if Schlittler's okay. So that's a base hit for Alexander. Tim Lentich anxiously walks out there to check on this valuable right-hander along with Aaron Boone.
Another look.
Calf, you think?
It looked like it might have been below the knee on the back of the leg.
So he threw one pitch, and the Yankees are convinced he's okay. Kind of the back of the knee, right? More so than the calf.
Yes.
One on, nobody out. Top of the third. Here is Gunnar Henderson. And there's a base hit. Alexander stops at second. Judge fires into Caballero. First and second, nobody out.
Gunnar Henderson's ready to hit this time. First pitch, two-seamer, kind of stays up and out over the plate. Henderson gets the bat head out. First and second, nobody out.
One and one on Rushman. Rushman had a single in the first inning. This could be two. Let's see if they turn it quickly. There's one on to first. It's a double play as Alexander moves to third.
Just a well-executed pitch and the tailor-made double play with the catcher running. You got time. By a step. Excellent cut fastball, jam shot, got the ground ball. 2 for 1.
Runner at third, now 2 outs. Here's Dylan Beavers. They had a pickoff play on as McMahon was running toward third. Alexander had a big lead, but Wells hung on to it.
See, it's a predetermined play as McMahon's breaking over there, but Wells says, nah, not going to chance it.
Sky the other way and out of play. Two and one. 2-0 Yankees, top of the third. And a strike. 2-2. And the pitch. Slice foul.
Good job of spoiling that one. 101 miles an hour on the black at the knees.
Beavers struck out in the first inning. Another foul ball. Really battled. Three and two. Wow, what a battle.
He's fouling off some really tough pitches. And on the mound, you got to keep making them. 3-2 pitch. Again.
The payoff. Swing and a miss. Schlittler wins the battle. A 9-pitch classic at bat, won by Schlittler. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Jose Caballero will lead off, and the first pitch is a strike. Bottom of the third is underway. Yankees lead 2-0. The first inning, 2-run home run by the captain, Aaron Judge. He has a habit of doing that. 91 first inning home runs in his career. Dribbled slowly, but a foul ball. It must feel pretty good for Caballero, David, to play as well as he did, to force the Yankees' hand to make such a tough decision.
It's a great point. You know it makes him feel good. And he said all the right things. You know, Caballero's a team guy. Whatever they need me to do, I'll do. But deep down, you know, the way he's played the position, that he's happy to be rewarded right now.
It'll be 9-1-2 in the Yankees order. Caballero, Grisham, and then Judge. Grounded, shortstop. Henderson gets the hustling Caballero for out number one. Grisham started the first inning with a double to right center field.
Another bullet off of his bat. He's been swinging it very well. Solid contact.
And a strike. Over the 3 games and 2.5 innings, the Yankees have scored 29 runs in the series, and the Orioles have scored 9. Now, the double by Grisham was 104.5 miles per hour off the bat. He has 19 outs this year, hit 100 or more miles per hour, and that's the most in the American League.
Yeah, that's hitting in bad luck. You know, one thing about Grisham that you want to see him retain, and he really has so far, is the leap in home runs, the power game that he showed last year to continue this year, especially in this ballpark.
Another rope. This one deep to right center field. It's in there and up against the wall. Another double for Grisham. And now he's going to third. And he'll make it. Ball mishandled.
Well, first things first. Square business off the barrel again. One hop in the wall. Looks like an easy stand-up double. But a heads-up play. As soon as he sees the bobble, he's off. Another look. Right here, pay attention, stay on it, and he does.
Well, the Orioles intentionally walked Judge, so it's a double and an E8, allowing Grisham to go to third. So Judge gets intentionally walked, and they'll deal with Bellinger, who hit a P to right field, but Beavers caught that out in the first inning. Almost threw it away. Now, if you're wondering why they walked Judge, why should you wonder? But here's proof. And the exit velocity presented by Spectrum, 110.6 off the bat, and it traveled 416 feet. That was a 2-run home run in the first inning, so didn't want to mess around again. Want to know?
Avatar Judge looked a little stiff to me, Mike.
Driven into left center field and deep. Taveras on the run. Cowser is there. He'll make the play. Tagging is Grisham. He'll score. And Judge tags and goes to second. So a sac fly for Bellinger, and the Yankees are up 3-0.
Well, the Yankees just seem to be doing all the little things right now. First off, situational hitting, sac fly situation. You got the sack, and Judge follows up, getting to second base and in scoring position.
That one's lined to left field. Coming on Cowser, and he'll make the play on the run for the final out. But the Yankees get a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. 3-0 Bombers.
Deals, swung on and driven to left, and it's high, and it's far, and it's gone. Yankees win. Bye! Yankees win. Burn, baby, burn. He's done it again.
One of John's classic calls, and before the game, the Yankees had me and Susan put roses down on home plate as they honor John Sterling with a moment of silence. Beautifully done. They played so many of his home run calls. And, you know, Bernie Williams was the first personalized home run call. And he just sprung it out of nowhere. And I looked at him and I said, what was that? And then it got a good reaction, and he just did it for everybody. Now, Bernie, Meredith is downstairs, and Bernie posted something on Instagram, right?
Yes, Michael, he said John was the soundtrack of his entire career with the Yankees. All those championships, all those amazing moments, he called them, and he is truly proud to be the first one of those many famous home run calls. Bernie goes boom, burn, baby, burn. And he certainly sends his condolences to the Sterling family as well.
And also beautiful sentiment sent out on social media by Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez. And, you know, that era of the Yankees, you know, the championship years that you were on, David, he was a big part of that. He was the soundtrack of that run as Alonso goes down on strikes.
Schlittler's got that two-seamer running in and just eating up Alonso. Just chewed him up. Coming at your living room, you could see the two-seam orientation and the spin and the run. And we love listening on the radio in the clubhouse, Michael, to John and you, for that matter. It was always on. The game was always on in the clubhouse. We always listened.
Yeah, that was so weird. You guys didn't have the TV on. You had the radio on.
The radio was on. I mean, there was a TV on in the back,
right,
in the old food room, but not in the main clubhouse.
And you kept coming into the clubhouse during your perfect game. Beautiful sentiment. And we kept saying, you know, 8 outs to a perfect game, and it proved that we couldn't jinx you.
There is no such thing as an announcer jinx.
And it was the best line by John, because people would always complain, you jinxed them, and John would go, if we could jinx a no-hitter from up here and have control of the play on the field, I think we're grossly underpaid.
Yes.
Still 1-2 on Basayo. Three and two.
But Basayo's an impressive young hitter. I was watching him in batting practice today. He's got some serious thump in his bat. He's got power. He's a good hitter. He's got a chance to be a good one for a while.
Ground ball, glove side, Jazz Chisholm, smooth, makes the play. No, Jazz got hit in the side of the head the other day, and he had something white in the ear, and on social media it exploded that he was wearing AirPods on the field. And he laughed about it. He said, AirPods, he goes, I would have to have the phone in my back pocket. AirPods don't work from the dugout to second base. He goes, I had a big cotton ball on my ear because my ear hurt. He said, but I like that people care about me. Here's Taveras.
Some people just like conspiracy theories, you know? They just jump on board.
Oh, it's big. Yeah. One and one.
Tavares didn't like the call, but didn't challenge.
Two and two. Guy the other way and out of play.
See a lot of defensive swings on
Yeah.
Cam Schlittler, right? I mean, when you're watching, is it a four-seamer? Is it a two-seamer? Is it sinking? Is it cutting?
I'm thinking of the amount of time you have to make that decision.
Yes. Split second.
Up the middle. Caballero is there. And a 1-2-3 inning for Cam Schlittler and the Yankees as the Orioles go down in order. MLB is partnering with Crisis Text Line to increase mental health awareness. Free, 24/7, confidential support in English and Spanish. Text MLB to 741-741. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard, 3-0 Yankees, bottom of the fourth inning. It'll start with Jazz Chisholm Jr. against Shane Baz. Yankees lead 3-0. A 2-run home run by Judge in the first, a sac fly by Bellinger, scoring Grisham in the third. One and one. One and two.
You know, Baz is throwing a lot of strikes, even though he's down 3-0 in that big Judge home run in the first inning. 35 strikes out of 51 pitches so far.
Two and two. And that's tipped into the glove of Rushman. One away. Fans, Yankee games on Yes are streaming live on the Gotham Sports app, included for free with your eligible TV provider subscription. Download and sign into the Gotham Sports app now and check out all the great Yankees content, including pregame features, postgame sound, and the latest episode of The Stadium. Here's Paul Goldschmidt, struck out in the second. One and oh. Line into center field, and it's going to dunk in front of Tavares. It took a bad route and a base hit for Goldschmidt.
You talk about a knuckleball. This ball had a snake on it out to center field. I mean, you can see it from here. It's going right. Look at it turn back left. Tavares took it to his head to stop in his tracks. You see on your super shot, right back at you on the button.
One and oh. One one. 2-2. You can see why the Orioles like Boz and gave up what they did for him and then signed him to a contract right away. The Orioles have had trouble attracting free agent pitching, and they made this trade with the Rays for Boz and locked him up right away. He's got good stuff.
Good stuff throwing strikes.
So the count is full. Runner at first, one man out. Wells calls time. Swing and a miss. Knuckle curve gets Wells.
Coming in the back door. You can see Wells just a little late reading it. You can see he's behind it and underneath it.
And a strike to Ryan McMahon, who struck out in the second. 4 strikeouts for Boz, 2 this inning.
All those years of broadcasting with John Sterling, what bothered him most? Was it slow umpires?
Slow umpires bother him and loud stadium noise. Because he would wear one earpiece and have the volume all the way up so he could hear himself. And when there'd be a sound effect played on the stadium system, it would bleed into his ear and he would actually be in physical pain. Hated it. Hated it. Hated the Tropicana field the most. Fly ball left field. Cowser there and puts it away. No runs a hit. 1 man left. And we go to the 5th. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture is of Gabriella and Alex, who are loving the Yankees' power surge lately. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers, and we might spotlight you in a future game. We go to the 5th inning. On the Audi scoreboard, Yankees lead 3-0. Colton Cowser leads off. Fouled straight back. It's amazing the consistently strong Yankee starting pitching they're getting, game after game. Even yesterday with Max Fried laboring and struggling, he still gave them a representative outing. It wasn't, classic Fried, but he got the job done.
He had him right in the game. On a grinding effort. I mean, those are the ones that really kind of make or break your season, that you can hang in there on tough days.
Up the middle and a base hit. Kind of a shooting gallery toward Schlittler today. Got hit with 1. 2 came very close. So leadoff single by Cowser. Now let's take a look at what he's done today. Pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, we talk about the subtle nuance of his different types of fastballs. But yeah, 100 miles an hour upstairs usually works. There's the cutter up top. And the 2-seamer eating up Alonso. That thing had enormous movement down and in. So it really is a guessing game for hitters. Which way is it going to move? You know it's coming in hot. You got to kind of guess what kind of spin or what kind of movement it has.
Here's Jeremiah Jackson, but first a throw to first. 0-1. Jackson grounded to third. That was in the second. Ground ball, grabbed by McMahon. Backhand flip doesn't get him. Couldn't straighten himself to make the strong throw, so the backhand flip to Jazz Chisholm, but Cowser too fast.
Well, good job getting to it. And once he goes down, he opts for a backhand flip, and there's really no chance at that point. It's too far. Cowser had too good of a jump.
Now in a little bit of a jam, first and second, nobody out. Blaze Alexander checking the signs to see if there's anything on. Austin Wells standing in front of home plate, giving the signs to the infielders to put something on defensively for the Yanks. Who's going to cover? Will they throw through? He had a situation in Texas. We had 2 on in the 6th inning. The Yankees did not go to the bullpen. They left him in there, and he just blew away the Rangers. They didn't score, and post-game interview with Meredith, Austin Wells said that's the best inning that he has pitched since being called up to the big leagues. Grounded, short. 1, 2. Big double play as Cowser moves to third.
Another good cutter that gets him on the ground and gets another double play. So when Schlittler needs ground balls, he can go to that cutter and get him on the ground. Twice tonight, he's been able to do that.
So here's Gunnar Henderson. 1-0. So he doesn't get affected by the dreaded third time through the order. And this begins the third time through the order with Henderson. High fly ball. Grisham drifts over. He's there to make the play. First and second, nobody out, nobody scores. Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay, David.
Well, we talked about it before. When Schlittler needs to make a pitch to get it on the ground, he can. That was a nasty cutter inside to the lefty. And then to the right-handed batter, the same thing. Nasty cutter down and away. Tailor-made, twin killing both times.
Audi scoreboard 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, starting with Jose Caballero. It'll be 9-1-2 against Shane Baz. Caballero grounded to short in the 3rd. One and 0. Did he go? Yes, he did. Kind of waved at it. 1-1. Now, the Orioles manager, Craig Albernas, said after the game yesterday, he said, this is a little early crisis point. You have to declare what you're going to be. Are you going to continue to fight, or are you going to let this season get away? And, you know, the Orioles right now come in a season high, 4 games under 500. Fly ball, shallow center. Leody Taveras makes the play. 1 down. Well, tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees and the Rangers kick off a 3-game set here in the Bronx. Extended coverage starts at 5 with 2 full hours of pregame leading up to the first pitch at 7:05. That'll be on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. And the possible pitching matchup, Nomar Rodriguez could make his Bronx debut against Jacob deGrom.
Two for 2 and 2 doubles is a pretty good start to the night for Trent Grisham.
And he scored 2 of the 3 runs.
You know, to your point before, Michael, that shows you the value of a stopper on a team to avoid long losing streaks or to avoid getting swept. And on the Yankee side, the last couple of years, it's been Max Fried who's been that guy, the stopper, after a Yankee loss.
Well, so far this year, early going, the Yankees have had 29 starts allowing 3 runs or fewer. That's in the first 34 games. And in those games, they're 21-8. And those 29 such starts, that ranks second in the majors to Milwaukee's 30. And they've had some opener games, the Brewers. Ball 4 to Grisham. And that brings up Judge. Sixth first-inning home run of the year, 91st of his career, gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. 1 on, 1 out. Check out the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay. Into the Yankee bullpen. Up the middle. Right there is Jackson. There's 1. And there's 2 for the final 2 outs of the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. Yankees lead this one 3-0. Thank you, Bob. We go around the majors. Pitching is tough, man. Look at Tarek Skubal. Elbow surgery, could miss 2 to 3 months. Cal Raleigh missing 3rd straight game tonight with side soreness. And Johan Duran expected to be activated off the 15-day IL tomorrow for the Phillies. The Skubal stuff, wow, huh?
Yes. That'll push him past the trade deadline, too. So Detroit, obviously, in his last year, would love to retain him. Odds are he's probably going to go to free agency, but they could have traded him if they fell out of it. Not now.
And you do wonder if this injury impacts free agency for him. I mean, you know, people were talking about a $500 million contract for 10 years. But now will that scare people off? Well, we've seen injured players get big contracts in free agency. Adley Rutschman hits one deep to right center field. Grisham back on the track, reaches up and makes the play. Beautiful play by Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham playing some baseball.
He is. Turn and run, find it, and get it. Full speed.
There's Dylan Beavers. Boy, he keeps fouling off pitches from Schlittler, but he has struck out twice. Making him work, though. Cam started the day with a 1.51 ERA. After 5 1/3 scoreless innings, it's down to 1.34.
And
just mind-boggling numbers.
yes, it's just a strike-throwing machine, too, again, tonight. Just filling up the strike zone.
Up the middle, knocked down by Caballero. He'll have no play. So a single for Beavers.
That was hit hard. See, Caballero thinks he should have had it. Got a glove on it, just popped right out.
Here's Pete Alonso. 0 for 2, fly ball right, and a strikeout. Crowd of 36,802 on this Monday night at Yankee Stadium. And there's a base hit through the right side of the infield. Beavers will stop at second. Judge throws behind him. He gets back in time. A couple of those hits this series for Alonso.
Got a little bit off the end of the bat. Can tell by the sound. But nobody home at second base. You see the vibration on the super shot.
Little conference on the mound, talking things over with Cam Schlittler as Fernando Cruz getting ready. Cam's at 83 pitches here in the 6th inning. One man out, first and second. Bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. They'd like to stay away from Doval and Bird. I think everybody else is very much available. They don't like to do 3 out of 4. That's why they'd like to stay away from them. That's a big out to get. Basayo, dangerous. Lost one to left field. Bellinger is there to make the play for out number 2.
Cam Schlittler is pretty close to 70% strikes with all of his pitches tonight, which is an absurd rate of strike throwing. 76% strikes with his cutter tonight. Four-seamer, cutter, sinker, all of them at 65% or better in terms of just throwing strikes with those pitches. All 3 of them.
Taveras jumps on the first pitch and fouls it away. Sixth inning, the Orioles have out-hit the Yankees. But as Aaron Boone says, not a hitting contest, it's a scoring contest. Yankees lead 3-0. So it's weird. Schlittler's had electric stuff right from the very first inning, but he has had some jams that he's had to work out of.
Yeah, big double play balls have saved him twice.
One and two.
But you hear pitching coaches and pitchers talk about trying to get ahead. Got to get ahead with my pitches. That old cliche. Well, Cam Schlittler's taking that to another level.
Now Jake Bird has replaced Cruz warming up. 1-2. 2-2. Held off on the four-seamer, and the count is full. Gives the Orioles a little bit of an advantage. The runners will go with 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Beavers off second, Alonso off first. Yankees lead by 3-0. And the payoff. Whoa, and that's going to be challenged by Wells. He was running off the field.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
Schiller is almost off the field right now. And it was ball.
The pitch is the ball.
So that loads the bases, a rare walk for Schlittler.
And a gutsy take from Taveras. Eyeballing that pitch.
Here comes Matt Blake. Schlittler is at 90 pitches.
It's time to go yard. Echo, power on and on.
So they're going to obviously allow Schlittler to work out of this. He'll be facing Cowser, who's reached twice, a walk and a single. So in all likelihood, this is the final batter he'll face. Tying runs are on base. 3-0 Yankee lead. Outside. Really big spot in this game for both teams. Orioles trying to salvage something here in the Bronx. Schlittler trying to throw another 0 on the scoreboard. So 2-0. Runners lead. Pitch. Dialed it up to 99 for strike. Now Tim Hill joins Bird.
Had a lot of movement on that last two-seam fastball, running away.
Three and one. How about that? Never walks anybody, just walked in a run. Cowser with an RBI. Coming home is Beavers. And the Yankees now lead the Orioles 3-1. 2 walks in this inning, and that's going to do it as Aaron Boone is going to take the ball from Cam Schlittler with Jeremiah Jackson coming up. So the Orioles are on the board. So as the pitching change is made, we will stay right here and answer Name That Yankee. Well, here are the clues. This one's pretty easy, and the answer is John Sterling. And now let's go to the vault to hear some of John's famous calls.
It'll be a 3-2. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Bernie goes boom. Burn, baby, burn. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Oh, the Bambino. Swung on and hit in the air to deep right center. The Giambino, his proudest moment as a Yankee. The pitch swung on. It is gone. A thriller by Godzilla. The pitch swung on deep down the left field line. Gone. An A-bomb from A-Rod. Hit in the air to deep right. Oh, you're on the mark, Teixeira. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Giancarlo. No si può stopparlo. On Dimenticar. That ball sure traveled far. Swung on, hit in the air to left center. Curtis makes the catch. Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. The voice of the Yankees from 89 through 2024 called 5,426 regular season and 225 postseason games, and had a consecutive game streak from 89 to 2019 of 5,060. Inducted into the New York State Broadcasters Hall of Fame in 2016, and a 16-time Emmy Award winner with us here at the Yes Network. Passed away today, and boy, do we miss him already. But he will live forever with his great calls that have given Yankee fans, generations of Yankee fans, chills forever. Yankees bring in Bird to face Jackson. Bases remain loaded, 1 run in. And more trouble with the pitch com. So the runners on base are Cam Schlittler's responsibility. 1 run in.
He's a pitch com. He doesn't have a pitch com.
They're saying he does not have a pitch com. So it's not that it doesn't work. He doesn't have one.
Can't delay the game by not having it.
Boone just said he doesn't have it. And that was a pitch clock violation, so he starts off with 1 ball, 1-0. There's that pitch, sharp left-hand turn. Popped up. Long run for Goldschmidt, but it's in the seats. One and 2. Bird sets. Time call. One with the fastball upstairs. Count 2-2. No place to put Jeremiah Jackson. Swing and a miss, got him. Big moment for Bird. He is pumped up as he marches off the mound. The Orioles strand 3. Yankees hold on to a 3-1 lead. It is high.
It is high.
It is far.
It is far.
It is
Gone.
Aaron Judge. A Judgian blast.
This is Judgment Day.
Here comes the Judge. First inning home run by Aaron Judge, and gotta be honest, that just gave me goosebumps. Great job by the guys and the gals in the truck. Cody Bellinger leads off, and he swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left field. Cowser puts it away. Now, Meredith, you have a lot of Sterling stories, I'm sure.
Way too many to even count, Michael, but one thing we do know, fans never heard this particular home run call from John Sterling. That would be Aaron Boone's epic home run against the Red Sox in 2003. It was Charlie Steiner on the call for that one, and John really missed out on having that call. So years later, Aaron Boone is working for ESPN, and John actually records his call, or what he would have done at the time, to that epic home run, put it on tape, gave it to Susan Waldman, and then Susan found Aaron Boone and handed him the tape and said, John really wanted you to have this. And Aaron took it home, and he said he listened to it. He's not sure where the tape is now, but anyone that knows John would believe that story, and I would love to hear that home run call, Michael.
Wow, what a great story, Meredith. Because when you did the radio with John, you'd switch off in extra innings, and that was an extra inning home run. So the second broadcaster would have the 10th inning, would have the 12th inning, would have the 14th inning, and John would have all the odd number innings, and that was Charlie's inning. And Aaron told an unbelievable story today that when the Yankees win a game, and you see him in the dugout, and he turns to his coaches right away, and he kind of puts his arms around them, and what he's saying to them is, Yankees win, the Yankees win. He does that every single game. So John's call, still living in that Yankee dugout.
That's pretty cool.
And there's a strike to Chisholm, and he immediately challenges.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
And he's wrong.
Pitches the ball.
Redemption for Jazz.
He gets one right, 1-0. Has to make him feel good. 2-0. So he has 8 pitches challenged, and that was the second one he got right. Somehow got out of the way of that. Count 3-0. In the bottom of the 6th inning, it's 3-1 Yankees over the Orioles. Yankees are looking to see if Jazz got hit, but they're not going to challenge. He kicked it, but he didn't get hit with it. See if they green light him on 3-0. They do. And he puts it into the seats foul. That bounced in the lower deck and bounced all the way to the first row of the second deck, where a fan in a Volpe jersey made the play. Pretty nice. And gave it to a kid. Pretty cool.
Good time for Dominguez to be going here on a 3-1 pitch with 1 out. Stay out of a ground ball potential double play, but get in motion. Maybe Jazz will hit a gap.
There he goes. Pitch is high. No need for the throw. So it's a walk to Jazz. 2 straight walks by Baz. And it's first and second with 1 man out. Now let's listen to Aaron's version of the story after the Yankees win a game.
As soon as that final out is made, and I get up to shake players' hands, I go, ball game over. Yankees win. Duh! Yankees win. And I'm shaking all my coach's hands, so I got goosebumps thinking about that.
Good job by Aaron. Aaron liked John a lot. He really did. And you know that Joe Torre and Joe Girardi all really loved him. And I got a call from Buck Showalter he said today, and he said something that was really right on point. He said, John wasn't mean. He said, there were broadcasters that I've worked with. He said, when things were going wrong for the team, they were mean. John would criticize, he said, but he wasn't mean, and he always came down and sought you out and said hello. He said, there was just no meanness to him. And I always say that John was one of these people, total absence of malice. He just wanted life to be a cocktail party with everybody happy, telling stories. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Foul back. One and one. Served into right field. Beavers going back and makes the play on the run. Both runners tag, but Dominguez moves to third. Jazz stays put at first. The man who came into the game at -4 defensive run saved has made some nice plays in right field. Now you can see Jazz going here, because if Rushman throws through, Dominguez has great speed. He'll dart home. One and 0 on Austin Wells.
Yeah, that was the old Billy Martin play. If he got 2 strikes with 2 outs in this situation, he'd have the runner just go out there and get picked off automatically, try to get in a rundown. Two 2-0 on Wells. There he goes. They do throw through, but staying put is Dominguez. A stolen base for Jazz Chisholm. Great jump from Jazz. No chance for Rushman.
Big spot for the Yankees. Give their bullpen some breathing room. Second and third. Good speed on the bases. 2-1 count on Wells. All the way to the backstop. Here comes Dominguez. Here's the throw. He's out. What a play by Rushman and Bars for the final out. And it looks like Dominguez might have hurt his hand.
I thought he might have got his hand in there. Ooh.
And he's asking the Yankees a challenge, and it looks like they will.
New York is challenging the out call at home plate.
I think he might be safe, David.
Safe. Hands in underneath the tag.
And then his hand hits into the spike. Crowd sees it on the big board. They think he's safe. There was a slight hesitation as he was coming home that made it closer than it had to be. First you have to find out, safer out, then you have to find out if his left hand's okay. There's a hesitation right there.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is safe. New York will return the challenge.
And the Yankees lead 4-1.
Definitive proof right there. Hands underneath the glove.
They love the result of the challenge. So a wild pitch, allowing Dominguez to score. He's pumped up. Big run for the Yanks. Scored a wild pitch. And Jazz moved to third on the wild pitch. Three-1 on Wells. And that's ball 4. It's about as well as you could do it, David.
I agree.
Defensively and obviously the runner sliding in, but and carrying back to Rushman in good order, and he got it a pretty good throw to Boz.
Yeah, Boz was there where he needed to be.
3 walks in the inning for Boz. Here's Ryan McMahon. 0 for 2 tonight. One and one. Really good knuckle curveball, swinging over the top, 1 and 2. Line drive, it's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by McMahon. Chisholm scores. Wells will stop at second. It's an RBI single for Ryan McMahon, and it's 5-1 Yanks.
Oh, indeed it was a nice piece of hitting. Hit it where it's pitched. Not only hit it where it's pitched, smoke it where it's pitched. Line drive on the super shot, about 108 miles an hour off of McMahon's bat. He's got some pop. Square business.
He is 5 for 11 in this 4-game set. Big hit right there, forcing the Orioles to go to the bullpen. Yankees up by 4, 5-1. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Yunier Cano takes over. About a strikeout per inning, just 1 walk. And he'll deal with Caballero. First and second, 2 men out, bottom of the 6th. Yankees lead 5-1.
Sinker, splitter, slider from Cano. It could be tough, especially on right-handed batters from that release point.
And the count 0-2 on Caballero. Drilled down the left field line. That ball is off the wall. Wells scores. McMahon goes to third. Moving to second is Caballero. He's safe with a double and an RBI. And the Yankees lead 6-1.
Caballero got that splitter that kind of just sat there. Took a seat down and in, and he laced it off the wall. Kind of watching a little bit. Now you got a hump. And he just got there.
And with the swing, he picks up his 13th ribby. Second and third. And here is Grisham. Couple of doubles and a walk. Served into left center field. Cowser with the call and the catch. The Yankees get 3 big runs. They're up 6-1.
Here's Rick Camp with a game on the line. 2 outs and no one on base. Ernie, if he hits a home run to tie this game, his game will be certified as absolutely the nuttiest in the history of baseball. It'll be an 0-2 pitch.
And he is at the deep left. Heat goes back. It is gone. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Rick Camp. Rick Camp. I don't believe it. Remember what I just said. If he hits a home run, that certifies this game as the wackiest, wildest, most improbable game in history.
July 4th, 1985, John did Braves games before he became the Yankees voice on radio in 1989. So Rick Camp was a relief pitcher who couldn't really hit. Game started at 9:04 due to rain. 41-minute rain delay in the third inning. Hernandez hit for the cycle in 10 at-bats. Rick Camp hit a game-tying home run in the 18th. And the Braves kept their fireworks show for July 4th at 4:01 a.m. And John Sterling announced that game with Ernie Johnson, Sr. Pretty amazing stuff. Tim Hill comes on to pitch here in the 7th. Line drive, it's a base hit. Alexander with a leadoff single. That's his second hit of the evening. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. So Cruz was up earlier, throwing again today, and there's a run on bad pitch comms. Before the first pitch was thrown by Schlittler, they were having trouble with the pitch com. Then Jake Bird came in, didn't have a pitch com. And now Tim Hill also had to have his pitch com replaced. Walter Johnson had some of these problems.
Yeah, I need to plug in my iPhone now that you mention it.
If I could make rules, David, if you don't have the pitch com working, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go back to the old way. Give the signs that way. There's a strike to Henderson.
Yeah, you might be onto something there. One's a fastball, two's a curve. What's your repertoire? What do you feature?
One's a fastball, two's a curve.
What else?
The wiggling fingers is a change.
What do you got? A circle? Is that what you?
Oh yeah, circle K change.
Circle K.
And that one's
The catcher is
challenged.
challenging the pitch.
Austin Wells is pretty good at this. And
yes, he is. That's strike 3. Henderson down looking. He is pretty good at this, David.
pretty good and a good time, too, because Gunnar Henderson's good. And it could be strike 3. Do I challenge it? Go to the head. Go to the head. Yes.
Adley Rutschman takes a strike from Hill. Yankees up 6-1, top of the 7th. Hill gets ground balls. Most of all, he gets outs.
Nearly double the league average.
Keegan Aiken is ready for the O's.
John Sterling would love Tim Hill. I'm sure he did. No messing around, throwing strikes. You know what you're going to get.
Still 0-2.
Little wrinkle there from Tim Hill, a little slider. Occasionally you'll see him do that.
Swing and a miss. 2 down.
Austin Wells setting up inside and just eats him alive. Coming at you from down under. Ties him up. It's a phone booth swing.
Oh, what a play by McMahon. Gets to his feet, fires, got him. Oh, what a play by the Yankee third baseman. Took an extra base hit away from Dylan Beavers. What an unbelievable stab. Full body dive on the backhand, hauls it in, and gets up in time to make a strong throw. And that ends the inning. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead this one 6-1, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Private First Class, 97-year-old Constantino Isabella from the Bronx, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say thank you, Constantino, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
6-0, leading 1-8-1. Boz pitched well, 5 2/3, but 6 runs when you look up, and 5 of them earned. Colton Cowser 2 walks and a single. Schlittler won 2 outs into the 6th inning. We'll get to pick up his 5th victory of the year, and Aaron Judge started with a 2-run home run in the 1st inning, his 14th of the year, and his 6th in the 1st inning this season. And he leads off here in the bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch is out of the strike zone, 1-0. Judge homered, intentionally walked, and hit into a double play. Two and one. Judge, Bellinger, and Dominguez here in the bottom of the 7th. Yankees up by 5, 6-1.
You look at the kind of run that Aaron Judge is putting together right here. When you go back to the 62 home run season, then 37 in the injury year, 58, 53, and now 14.
Ground ball, shortstop. Henderson. Double clutch, but he gets Judge. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, May 21st, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays in a postseason rematch. It's a cap night, and the first 18,000 guests 21 and older are going to receive a Yankees cap, courtesy of Budweiser. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Pretty good-looking cap. Well, that's going to do it for Cano. They're going to go to the bullpen with the lefty Bellinger due up. Yankees lead 6-1. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at Genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. This could be your lucky play. Keegan Aiken takes over for the O's, and the first pitch to Bellinger is outside. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Bellinger to hit a home run or more, plus 1,000. Foul back, 1-1. Bellinger homered off of Aiken on Friday night. Hit sharply on one hop. Nice play by Jackson, and he'll get Bellinger with the second out of the 7th. Doval heating up. Last time we saw him, his stuff was not as crisp as the previous time. We'll see what he has tonight. And with a 5-run lead, the Yankees give him a little breathing room to play with. Here's Dominguez. He walked and scored on a wild pitch in the 6th inning, a bang-bang play at home plate. Batting from the right side against Aiken. He had 2 doubles yesterday batting right-handed. And look what he's doing. Just 5 at-bats, though. He has 3 hits. High fly ball, shallow right. Coming on is Dylan Beavers, and he makes the play. And the Yankees go down in order against 2 Oriole pitchers. Favorite segment. Ezra, tell us what it is.
How about that?
Thank you, Mel. From one voice of the Yankees to another, John Sterling. He was born John Sloss on July 4th, 1938. Later changed his name to Sterling, saying it gave him more shine. Radio play-by-play announcer for Morgan State University football from 71 to 78. And he was a theater enthusiast whose favorite musicals included South Pacific, Guys and Dolls, Camelot, My Fair Lady, West Side Story, and A Chorus Line.
How about that?
Also a voracious reader of mystery novels. Every plane ride ever took with him, he was reading a paperback mystery novel. Hyundai scoreboard 6-1. As we go to the top of the 8th, and Camilo Doval will face 4, 5, and 6 in the Orioles order. First pitch grounded sharply to McMahon, and they retire Alonso on one pitch.
One thing John Sterling did not have was an iPhone.
Right
to the end. He had the old school flip phone and a book, like you said. He'd be reading a book. You never see him staring at his phone.
One thing that tormented him toward the end on the road was there's just no newspapers anymore. And he was a voracious reader of physical newspapers. And remember, I told his kids, they said, what should we get him for Christmas? I said, get him an iPad, and he could read all he wants, but he just never did it. And he finally did get a flip phone, but he didn't know how to input numbers, so he carried your number on little white pieces of paper in his pocket. Basayo swings through a cutter, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Great slider there by Doval.
Well, you'd like to bottle this one and use it over and over again to left-handed batters. Classic back leg slider.
Here's Taveras. Hit sharply and past the diving Goldschmidt. Kicks off the sidewall. Playing it out there is Judge. Hustling to second is Taveras. And he'll make it with a 2-out double.
Oh, Taveras just jumps all over this first pitch cutter, up and out over the plate, coming right in your living room. Down the line.
This is almost comical, David. Doval's having problems with his pitch com. So here is Colton Cowser. Last batter that Schlittler faced today and walked in with the bases loaded to force in a run. The only run the Orioles have scored. And again, the pitch com. How about going with signs?
Man on second base, too.
You know what they do in the NFL? If the communication systems aren't working, they just shut it down for both teams. Both teams can't communicate that way, and they have to do hand signals. Cowser fouls back to Cutter. couldn't hold up. There's that filthy slider. 0-2.
Another dandy disappearing. Now you see it, now you don't.
Jazz Chisholm gets Cowser. And a scoreless 8th inning for the Orioles as they strand one. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Former Yankee Lou Trevino just called up today. Will take over for the Orioles. Never really happened for Lou with the Yankees after the trade from the Athletics. But here he is with the Orioles, just called up today. He'll face Chisholm, Goldschmidt, and Wells. Bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees up by 5. Broken bat up the middle and off the glove of a lunging Henderson. A base hit for Jazz Chisholm.
Good plate coverage as he reaches out on the outside corner off the end of the bat. Shredded.
Wow. It's a nice bat, too.
Trade that for a hit every day of the week. Got more bats.
Off the glove, but Jazz stays put. Probably would prefer to steal second. Odd attempt to catch that by Rushman. Had the glove turned the wrong way.
Yeah, you got handcuffed trying to frame it.
So Trevino signed a major league deal with the Orioles today, activated right away into the bullpen. He opted out of his minor league deal with the Phillies on Friday. 10 games AAA for the Phillies at a 2.77 ERA. Runner goes, ground ball to short. The only out they have is at first, and they make it as Chisholm advances to second. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Austin Wells worked a big walk in that 6th inning, 0 for 2. But he scored a run in the 6th. So Trevino came over from Oakland at the deadline in the Frankie Montas deal in 2022. And he was a key piece. He had a 1.66 ERA in 25 games, but he missed the entire next season because of Tommy John surgery. It was out until August of 2024. And he pitched in the Yankees minor league system to finish the season. And there's a walk to Austin Wells. And here's McMahon, a big hit the other way, pick up an RBI single. He's off the interstate. He's hitting .205, 2 home runs and 9 ribbies. Chasing Jazz back. And a strike.
McMahon was a very popular player in Colorado, favorite of the owner. They were very reluctant to trade him.
Couldn't hold up. Quickly 0-2.
He has the potential to be a 20 home run guy or more. He has that kind of bat speed, kind of exit velocity. The talent is there.
High pop-up. Shallow right. Beavers puts it away for the second out. You talk about his power, 20 or more home runs in 5 straight seasons.
It's there. And we've seen it. When he makes contact, he hits the ball hard.
He has 2 homers so far this year. Here's Caballero. Double and an RBI, and the Yankees 3-run 6. He's 1 for 3. Got Jazz on his mind. Two and 0. Buzzed him inside, 3-0. Trent Grisham on deck. Runner goes. Strike, throw to third. Safe. Went on a 3-0 pitch.
If you're going to go, you got to be sure. He was.
Wall State put it first. And there's ball 4 to load the bases. It has been a nightmare 4-game set for the Orioles. It just has not worked out. And if they don't rally in the 9th, they're going to get swept in a 4-game series. Drew French, the pitching coach, will talk with Trevino. And the veteran right-hander, 34 years old, who's out to face Trent Grisham. So the conference breaks up on the mound. And Trevino trying to make a good first impression with the Orioles. He's loaded the bases with 2 outs. Boz started, then Cano, Aiken, now Trevino. So the first 3 games, Yankees won 7-2, 9-4, 11-3. Now it's 6-1. The Yankees have not won 4 straight games by 5 or more runs since July of 2017. One and one.
Over the course of this 4-game series, Trent Grisham has swung the bat as well as anybody on either side. Consistent hard contact.
2 for 3 with a walk tonight, which makes him 5 for 15 in this 4-game set. Judge is on deck. And a strike, and that's going to be challenged by Grisham. He didn't like that call.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
And he was right.
Pitches the ball.
By an eyelash. That's pretty close. 1/10 of an inch. Good eye by Grisham.
Could fit a driver's license in that spread right there.
And the count full. So the runners will go 3-2, 2 outs. So Trevino steps off. And there's ball 4. So an RBI for Grisham. Crossing home plate, Jazz Chisholm, and it's 7-1 the Yankees. And now the scouting report. And that brings up Judge. That 2-run home run in the first inning. 1 for 3, and he was intentionally walked. The walk came in the 3rd.
I would love to hear what John Sterling will be saying right about now.
Drilled to left field. Cowser will play it on a hop. 1 run scores. The throw is not in time. 2-run score. And the Yankees are now leading 9-1 on the 2-run single by Judge.
Well, Aaron Judge got it going early in the first inning and keeps it going here in the 8th.
Got 27 ribbies on the season. Here's Bellinger. Fouled away. Line drive, it is a base hit to right field. Grisham rounds third. He will score. Beavers misplays the ball in right field. Judge rounds third. He will score. Going to third is Bellinger, and the Yankees lead by 10, 11-1. Well, there's a triple he needed for the cycle.
There you go. When it rains, it pours. Bellinger goes out down and digs out that changeup into the corner, and then there's trouble now.
Here's Dominguez. Tried to cut it off before it got to the wall. Didn't get to it. Line drive to center field. It's a base hit for Dominguez. Bellinger scores. The Yankees pouring it on. They lead 12-1. And a very tough Oriole debut for Lou Trevino.
It's not the first impression you're looking for there, but the veteran's been around the block.
Now with the 11-run deficit, the Orioles are going to go to a position player. It's going to be Weston Wilson. So Jazz will go up against the serves of Wilson. As the Yankees will send their 10th batter to the plate. Jazz Chisholm started it with a single. This is his 5th career pitching appearance, 2nd this season. That's not a good sign for the Orioles. Now this early in the season, you've had a position player pitch twice already.
There's a broadcaster here that'll be here tomorrow night. They had a famous saying about that. It's not what you want.
Joe Girardi will join us tomorrow.
They stopped playing show tunes, Michael.
No, only the organist plays show tunes.
Okay.
Recorded music, different story.
Recorded, yeah.
Yes.
We got AC/DC blaring right now.
I don't think they have Robert Goulet in their system. All right, so here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. Yankees lead 12-1.
Did not have Robert Goulet on my bingo card tonight as a reference.
Wilson finished the 17-1 loss to Boston on April 25th. Popped up on the right side. Pete Alonso makes the play, and that will do it. 1/3 of a scoreless inning for Wilson, but the Yankees add 6. At the age of 6, John Sterling decided he wanted to be the Yankee announcer. He heard the Eddie Bracken show on radio. He didn't want to be Eddie Bracken. He wanted to be the announcer that announced Eddie Bracken. And boy, what a career he made. Incredible broadcaster, one of the greatest voices you'll ever hear. 36 years as the voice of your summer. And we lost him today at the age of 87, a life well lived. And he will live forever in the hearts of Yankee fans. As we go to the 9th inning, Paul Blackburn will try to get the final 3 outs. And there's a strike to Jeremiah Jackson. Blackburn has done his job for the Yankees quite well. Center field. Grisham is there. 1 out. Max Schumann has taken over in right field. They give Aaron Judge half an inning off. There's Blaze Alexander, 2 for 3. Actually had a pretty good series, 5 hits in 14 at-bats in these 4 games.
Yeah, he's been a tough out.
One and one. Oh, foul ball, 1 and 2. Ground ball and through. Past the diving Jazz Chisholm for base hit. Schumann will field and get the ball in. So the 3rd hit of the night for Blaze Alexander. Amazingly, the Orioles have the same amount of hits as the Yanks. Each team has 10, but the Yankees have 12 runs to the Orioles 1, and the Orioles run scored on a bases loaded walk. Gunnar Henderson takes up and away, 1-0.
Yeah, it was really Cam Schlittler's ability to get a couple of big double play balls that got him out of a couple of potential jams.
Henderson 1 for 4, and he's 2 for 12 in the series. Right field, backing up Schumann. He'll make the play for out number 2. Well, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus a look ahead to the series with the Rangers. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Here's Adley Rutschman. He's 1 for 4, 1 for 16 in this series. Dropped the changeup in there for a strike, 0-1. Popped up. Going to be a long run for McMahon, but it'll make the seats and out of play. And the Orioles are down to their final strike. Stayed till the end and got himself a souvenir. Boone has to love the way his team is playing. Texas Rangers coming in tomorrow night. The 1-2. 2-2. Grounded foul. Yankees up 12-1. About to sweep the Orioles in a 4-game series. Two. 3-2. Alexander will go from first. I haven't been holding him on, but he's staying put. With 3-2 and 2 outs, he will go. Ground ball. And this should do it. Ball game over.
Yankees win! Bye! Yankees win!
Start spreading the news.